Yo, what's up? I wanted to talk a little bit about the second coming tonight. So, the second coming of Christ. And I think a lot of different, not only Christianity, but I think there is always that different belief systems, religious belief systems. There's that belief in the return of some kind of a Messiah or something. And in Christianity, of course, it's very strong, that belief in the second coming of Jesus Christ. And it's time to put that to rest. I think the waiting game is not a healthy game. The waiting game is detrimental to our spiritual development. If you're always in a waiting game, you're not developing. You're waiting for something to happen, and it's something external to you. You're waiting for that something to come, to bring you knowledge, to bring you salvation, to bring the earth knowledge, to bring the earth salvation, to bring the earth, to bring the kingdom to earth. And it's time to proclaim for once that the kingdom is here. And that's the great news, that's the good news, that is the joy that we live in. Not always, but the conscious knowledge of this is just something amazing. Because even though we might not be able to see the kingdom, we can, if we can't see it, and if we can't feel it, and if we're not there, we must act as if it is here. So you must ask yourself, what is that? What do you think that would be like? The kingdom of God, what do you think that would be like? And act as if it is here. What if the kingdom of God was already here? How would your life change? What if the second coming of Jesus was already here? And there was a lot of knowledge spread throughout the land, and and people started becoming enlightened, becoming conscious, becoming turning their hearts towards God. What would a world like that feel like? What would be different in the world? And how would you react to that world? And acting as if it's here somehow brings it about. And then you become the agent of change. You become the agent of creation. And once many of us start doing the same thing, we start becoming the agents of change, and we start bringing the kingdom back to earth. Now we know it's already here, and we know that in reality it is here subconsciously. And when you dive deep enough into that, when your conscience meets your subconscious in that unconditional love, then the kingdom's here. Then you're there already. But since we can't always be in that state, we use faith. And faith is acting as if. Faith is acting as if it's already there. Knowing that it's already here. Not acting, because acting, you know, it's fake. But the knowledge that it's already here. And once you know that it's already here, you start creating it. It starts becoming a reality in your reality and in everyone's reality. And so the waiting game must end. You are, in a sense, the second coming of Christ. We all are, in a sense, that second coming. Jesus lived a life that was very, very perfect on many levels. We don't know much about Jesus, but of what we know, he discovered a lot of things. He became knowledgeable in a lot of things. He brought us great things. But he was a human being just like you and me. And whoever tells you that he wasn't has not seen their own true potential and their own light that shines as bright as that of Jesus Christ. And he was born of flesh and bones. He was born of a mother and a father. Just like you and me. And we all must walk in, we all must take that same path as Jesus did. The same path. We all must walk through the door of surrender and through the door of unconditional love. That's surrendering to God. And by giving your life, by surrendering your life, you gain your life. That's what we learn. And that's what we know when we do that. And it is my testimony to you tonight that through the new covenant knowledge, which is very simple, it's nothing that anyone can't understand. Everyone can understand it. We can experience this, and we can bring about the kingdom, and we can walk in the footsteps and walk in the light of Jesus. And not only of Jesus, but of all of the human beings on this earth who have ever believed in unconditional love, which is everyone, in a sense. All of our ancestors, if you look into your ancestry and you know the history and you know some of the stories of what people went through and what people, all of their struggles, all of their histories and what they went through, so you couldn't be here today. We're a product of thousands of years of unconditional love. Now there's a lot of negative things that went on too, but it was all in a struggle towards that same objective that you and me have. All of your ancestors had the same objective you and me had, that of love and that of freedom. They all wanted love, they all wanted freedom, and they wanted freedom to love. Love's the ultimate objective. And that's why you and me are here today, because of love. That's why we're here. And that's why we live. Everything that exists, every life form, everything that you see, everything, this is how they subsist, is that energy. The energy that is the foundation of everything is that vibration, that energy of love. And so we come here, and we are here through, thousands and thousands of years of development. And it's time to finally put that to rest, the waiting game. And I think it's healthy. I think it will bring great change in society. If Christians start believing that the kingdom's here, that it's here, that we're walking within it, that we are the pioneers of this kingdom, but that we are walking in it, and that heaven is upon earth and light is upon earth, and that we are the other world that Jesus spoke of. He said, I'm not of this world. That world is coming into existence before our very eyes. And so I invite you today to take a deep breath, to let everything go. Exhale deeply. Let everything go. Don't think about anything. It's not a rational decision. I think it's kind of like the born again thing, right? Except it's a little different. It's based on the principle of unconditional love towards all beings, all things. And that means not fighting evil with evil. And that means that in faith, through faith, we can be immersed within the kingdom. And that's the beauty. So take a deep breath. Let it all go. Know that we're the pioneers. We're creating the kingdom. And you will see great changes in your life. And that's what it's all about, is to see great changes in your life. We can stop the suffering. We can stop the misery. We can stop the addictions. We can stop the despair, the depression. We can stop these things. And it all starts in your consciousness and in your belief systems. That's the source of everything within you. It's the source of your biology. It's the source of your thoughts. But it starts in your spirit, in your heart, in your gut. And now it starts in your consciousness. And through your free will, you consciously jump off that cliff into the arms of God, and make that promise towards unconditional love. And God will do the rest. Now it is a daily task. It's a 24/7 lifestyle, and you must do it on a daily basis. You must kind of renew your vows, kind of like taking the sacrament on a weekly basis. But This is as often as you want. Your relationship with the Creator. It's always that dynamic. And you can speak directly to our Creator. He's with us. He's with us now. That universal intelligence is with us right now as we speak. And it's guiding us. It's leading us. And we want to thank God for being with us. We want to thank God, our Creator, and the life force for the beauty that we live in and the beauty of the system that we live in and the magic of the system that we live in. We just want to thank you for all that you've done for us, for humanity, for animals. We want to thank you for giving us animals, pets. There's been a lot of, in my life, in my personal life, there's been a lot of energy around pets lately, in myself and others, and stories. And pets are angels that have been given to us by the Creator, by God, for us to learn from them. They're unconditional love. They teach us that every day. And so I hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.